What's cracking, y'all? It seems like the economy is what's cracking too. uh, too soon? Today I'll tell you what you can expect of the much feared recession. But before that, you'll learn exactly what a recession is, instances in history when it happened, what causes it, and more. Sounds like a plan? Great. Crack your knuckles, lean in, and let's get started. So, first of all, what is a recession? Simply put, a recession is a pronounced and widespread decline in economic activity that lasts more than a few months. And while not all people agree, the consensus is that two consecutive quarters of falling real gross domestic product, GDP, constitute a recession. Now, I know that all the chatter of an imminent recession might be sending some chills down your spine, but you can take comfort from the fact that recessions are inevitable and, most of all, come to pass. And why is that? Well, recessions are a part of the normal business cycle, meaning they are bound to occur at some point. Even so, we still have to appreciate the disruption a recession might cause if we are to weather through it effectively. Now that you know what a recession is, what are some great examples? Unless you're turning one, which I know is quite a stretch, you lived through the COVID-19 recession, the most recent recession in the modern era. Starting in February 2020 and lasting only 2 months, this is the shortest recession in US history. Other examples of recessions in the modern age include the Great Recession that started in December 2007 and continued through June 2009. It was largely caused by a real estate bubble and lasted 18 long months. The dot-com recession, March 2001 to November 2001, and the Gulf War recession, July 1990 to March 1991, are some other examples. Moving ahead, what are the odds of a recession happening soon? According to a study by Walters Kluwer Blue Chip Economic Indicators, 88% of economists forecast a recession in the coming days, albeit mild. Elsewhere, a Citigroup survey revealed a 50% chance of a recession happening in the next 18 months. But don't panic just yet. Another study by Goldman Sachs has a more positive outlook, putting the odds of a recession happening at only 30%. So, with the context established, let's get to the important part. What can you expect from the upcoming recession? Number 1, job losses. If our wildest fears come to be and a recession happens, you can expect millions of job losses. Da 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 da! At best, you can hope for a mild recession, which could cost the economy. Pay attention to this. Some 1.8 million jobs. Worst comes to worst, and a severe recession hits us right in our faces, you can expect anywhere between 3 and 4 million job losses. So, why all these job losses in the first place? Well, during a recession, economic activity slows, forcing businesses to cut costs to stay afloat. And of course, one of the ways of reducing expenses is by cutting the workforce down. Don't be alarmed though. You can bulletproof yourself from any job cuts by furthering your education, networking with your professional peers, and staying up to date on trends in your industry. Number 2, the GDP will dip. When the recession finally gets to our doorstep, you can look forward to a significant decline in our country's GDP. And why is that, you might ask? Well, recessions tend to lead to a decline in GDP growth, thanks to less consumer demand and fewer employees, which result in lower production of goods and services. Number 3, health implications. Since you'll likely lose your job during a recession, your income might be impacted, which transfers to your health insurance coverage. Even so, the silver lining is that you'll likely receive government safety net assistance, like disability insurance or supplemental security income benefits. Number 4, no pay raises. During a recession, businesses take some serious financial battering, forcing them to cut down on costs. Due to this, it can be harder for you to argue your case for higher wages. Heck, your employer could deny your request outright and even go as far to tell you business isn't great, and we can replace you with someone ready to take an even lower salary. Before we get to the remaining 4 reasons, please hit the subscribe and like button if you found this information valuable thus far. Number 5, lower housing prices. Like other products and services, housing prices can tumble during a recession. Number 6, investments in stocks, bonds, and real estate will lose value. Your investment assets can lose money in a recession, reducing your savings and disrupting your retirement plans. Worse still, you might have to grapple with losing your home or property if you can't pay your bills due to job loss. Number 7. Tougher requirements for loans and mortgages. No one will be smiling when the recession is finally with us, including loan and mortgage providers. For this reason, you can expect tougher conditions the next time you apply for mortgages, car loans, and other types of financing. Among other stringent requirements, you might need a better credit score or a larger down payment to qualify for a loan than would be the case during regular economic times. Number 8. Trouble paying your student loans. Since you might run into some challenges when it comes to finding or holding on to your job during a recession, your ability to accumulate assets will be undermined. Worse still, your student loan debt will keep compounding, further sinking you into financial oblivion. Number 9. More opportunities. Okay, I know that the recession seems to come with all the bad, but that's when you look through the lenses. The truth is that recessions affect everyone in different ways. For you, it might mean more business opportunities, and let me just elaborate here. Ever heard of the term recession proof businesses? Well, these are basically enterprises that do not suffer as much during a recession. Examples include food and groceries businesses, cleanup services, car repair shops, and hair salons. Essentially, these are the products and services that people need regardless of the economy's ups and downs. Up next, what's the difference between a recession and a depression? While recessions and depressions have similar causes, the overall impact of a depression is much, much worse. That is to say, more job losses, higher unemployment rates, and more significant declines in GDP. Most of all, a depression lasts longer years, not months, and it takes more time for the economy to recover. In the past century, the US has faced just one depression, the Great Depression of 1929 to 1933. Now, let's get positive and look at ways you can prepare for a recession. Boost your savings, and in fact, try as much as possible to save enough money to cover your expenses for at least 3 to 6 months. Pay off your debt, particularly any high interest debt, to lower your interest and free up income for other things. Stock up on household goods and shelf stable foods now while you still have a regular paycheck, more so if you feel you won't have one in a couple of months. Recession proof your career by updating your resume, learning more marketable skills, networking with friends and colleagues, and trying to get a promotion or a more secure job lined up. Start a side hustle or pick up a second job. Now, what do you think of today's topic? And what else can we look forward to if the recession comes, and how can we prepare ourselves? I'd love to hear from you, so drop your thoughts and suggestions in the comment section below. While at it, smash the thumbs up button and share the video widely. And most importantly, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications to get alerted when I upload new videos, just like our upcoming one about recession-proof jobs. You've been fantastic. As the saying goes, money talks, but mine just waves. Goodbye.